Welcome everyone. In our series of videos, we talk about dowsing, but we talk about dowsing from a more scientific point of view. And science cannot be hard math, very complicated, but it can be also interesting findings about how object works. And in our series we talk about dowsing. However, I said at the very beginning that we will not talk only and exclusively about dowsing, because dowsing is really a very important part of spiritual development. So let's put, for today, let's put the pendulum aside and talk about DNA spiral. DNA spiral is a tool which not only organizes the energy in your house or your treatment room or your office if you run a business, but also about activating your DNA strength. The idea behind DNA spiral at the beginning, which kind of impressed and ticked my friend who makes it, was how can we activate very easy way the DNA strand in people's body so they can regain health faster. Well, in our research of application of DNA spiral, it happened that we can use it as a part of the healing process. As you can see in my treatment room, I have DNA spiral hanging here, and in the second part of this video, I will show you why. But I would like to tell you about this simple instrument. So it comes in sync with your DNA strand, with DNA of your body. Why? Because the shapes are very compatible. So this is double helix, and it comes in sync with your own if you are in a perimeter of its influence. DNA spiral, which we have to offer, are working in 50 feet in radius, which means 100 feet in diameter, 75 feet above, and 50 feet below. So that's the area which is taken over by the influence of this small object, which works so perfectly that it can change the energy in your house quite rapidly. So let's talk about it. DNA spiral is composed of two spirals. One spiral is a spiral which you can see inside, and it turns to the left, which means it creates a suction and take over all the energy which is used old and not healthy for us, and just simply let's say transmit it to the universe, back to be redone, refreshed, and reused. Outer spiral spirals to the right, clockwise, and creates another vortex which spreads new energy in the house or in the area which you want to influence. Altogether, if it rotates, you can see how perfectly balanced it is and how really mesmerizing it is at the same time. When it hangs in your house, in order to balance the energy of your house and actually refresh, make it more available, more healthy, or more friendly and more active, the spiral has to be hanged on something flexible. So I have it on simple elastic, but you can have it on fish rod or whatever you want, unless it is not a rigid hook, which will not allow the shape to vibrate. It does not have to really be on this spinning wheel or something of this nature, because it does not have to rotate like this on everyday basis. But if you want to increase its influence, then you can really turn it, let's say, once a week or whenever you will remember. In my treatment room, I have it in the space, in a place which is roughly above the solar plexus of the person who will lie on the table. So the inner spiral will absorb the energy which is released from the body of my client, and the inner spiral will bring new energy to this room to enhance the wealth, the health, of course, wealth as well, why not, and the well-being of my client. Why I'm talking about the wealth is that DNA spiral can be hanged in your space in different areas. So if you will think about the location of specific areas from Feng Shui point of view, you can hang the spiral in abundance corner, and then for the vortex which is created by it will also bring down this same, which means compatible energy from the universe, which is about the wealth and abundance. Or over there in relationship corner, for people who want to not only bring new relations to their life, but also increase the relationship. Let's say people who have DNA spiral in their home do not argue that much. Very often we see and we hear from our clients that children are nicer to their parents, or they do not quarrel that much, and they are more agreeable, and so on. So, as you know, if we have proper energy, quality of energy in our house, life goes simply easier. So let me show you now how to use this instrument, which is not a pendulum per se, in healing treatment, so we can help others and ourselves to regain health or increase our vitality. But before we will do that, I would like to show you the simple application of DNA spiral to balance your chakra system and clear your energy field. So you can take the spiral above your head, and then you will slowly bring it down along the axis of your body. If you will feel like there is some kind of resistance, you wait in this spot, and then as the energy will allow, you go lower and lower and lower, and you will go like this, down to your feet. When the spiral touches the floor or goes to the bottom, you lift it up and you repeat the same process 3 times. So it goes down to the floor, and then I will do it faster now, and then you will bring it up again and run it 3rd time. If you do it for yourself, that's enough. If you do it for other people, you can do it also at their back, and you can do it on both sides if you feel needed. So that's how you can use DNA spiral to kind of align everything what is in you energetically, like chakras and other energy bodies. And then in a moment I will show you how to use it in treatment. Thank you. So my massage table is on. The spiral which always hangs here is over the roughly solar plexus of my potential client, because today nobody is on the table. But let me present how you can use DNA spiral to kind of organize the energy field of your client after the session. And it doesn't matter if you use Reiki or you use Qigong session or any other methodology, you still can incorporate DNA spiral into it. So here is a head, and I will start from the head, and now it will start to rotate. I will make it now because nobody lies here. And then you will go along the axis of the body, and then on the side, and then on the other side. And you do this, and then up, and then one side, and you do it as long as DNA spiral rotates. I don't know how long it will take in the case of your client, but if it will stop and start to do this, which is angle movement, linear but under the angle, roughly 45 degrees, then you check. That means that all the energy which was needed to balance the energy field is already infused in this energy field, and you are just checking if there is no spots with uneven energy. So if it moves like this over the whole area, then you are done with your work. What you can also do with DNA spiral is, and then you hold it like this. You don't let it spiral, but you hold it. So let's say that someone has a stomach pain or liver problem or whatever. You can take it over the spot which is sick, and you can simply rotate the spiral to kind of use it as a screwdriver, which will go into this energy, grab it, and then shake it off. And then again, go inside, grab this energy, and then shake it off. You have to look after this energy later on, but that's how you do, that's how you can withdraw the energy, which is kind of stuck inside the human body, and you want to withdraw it and get rid of it with other techniques than hands-on healing. Even in hands-on healing, it is a perfect tool to be complementary with everything what you do in your healing sessions. And in a moment I will show you also other application of DNA spiral. Thank you. You can find in stores probably different types of DNA spirals. I would like to bring your attention to one fact. In order for this shape to work as I told you, it has to be made as a one piece. And it's not really easy. When we brought DNA spiral to the market about 15 years ago, there was afterwards many companies who did them. Huge one, as a decoration, and there was crystals inside and all this to look nice. But did they work? So the secret in DNA spiral to work as a healing tool is this. It should have one endless piece of rod. So in this case, this is copper plated with pure gold, which increase its field of influence. But as you can see, nothing is soldered here. It's one piece of the rod which is spiraled to the left first, and then to the right, with the outside spiral. That increases the conductivity and prevent those two energies to be disconnected. Because if it's solder somewhere here, it will make it two spirals working together, not one common shape, right? So pay attention how the spiral which you want to purchase is built. The spiral which we offer can be done copper plated with pure gold or copper plated with pure silver. It depends on your taste. But there are many people who suffer and they need to have some type of enhancement with them always. So there you are. Those are sterling silver DNA spiral earrings, which you can wear on everyday basis to increase the effectiveness and the work of your DNA strand, just because they will be constantly in you. I don't have my ears pierced, so I wear them in different form, not as an earrings, but I know that earrings are more popular here in North America than clips. And also you can have a pendant, or you can have them actually together. So pendants are in smaller or bigger version depending on your taste and preference. So it can be simply hanged on the chain and worn as a pendant. Whichever way you would like to work with it, or if you will choose to include DNA spiral into your dowsing toolbox to have another supporting tool to your work, you will definitely benefit from it. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon in next chapter of our meetings. So if you liked this video and actually other 10 or 12 which we already have on our channel, subscribe to our channel, please. Visit us often, and of course visit our website www.intuitivedowsing.com, where you can see and read a lot more about many dowsing tools, but also about DNA spirals. Thank you very much. In a case of questions, you can always call our office 905-848-1233. Have a wonderful life, and until we see each other again, goodbye.